Okay, guys, so some months ago, Bugswriter made this video where he argues that dynamic sites are not always bad, and one of the use cases was that it's easy to add a suggestion system which works completely offline. So I've been tinkering around a bit, and I have a rudimentary implementation of this on a static site. So this is a default theme Hugo site. All the posts are generated by AI. This is just for demonstration. But let's go to this post. This is about something cooking something. If you go to similar posts, okay, there's similar post to this. Now let's go to something like uh, you know Linux post. We get similar posts regarding Linux. So uh, now let's look at how this works. The main ingredient here is find like. Basically, it takes a text file or some reference text and it outputs a list of files which are similar to the reference file or the text. For example, if I go to this place, and this is a bunch of posts. You can see an example post. Ignore this bit for now. If I do find like, we get a list of uh, you know the posts similar to this, and there's flags that you can use. So slashes, it gives you the score or the similarity score of the file. Now if you look at the report, this is just a very ordinary Hugo site. There's nothing special. Ignore this script. This is just an internal thing for deploying the demo. And the theme is also the default. The only thing is I have a bunch of posts here which are all written by AI. The main work is done by this script, add recommendations. So let me walk you through this script. Here, by the way, SSP stands for static synapses. The base directory. So this is the directory for which you want to add a recommendation system. SSP underscore heading. This heading will be inputted into each post and into each file that the script comes across. However, the SSP heading regex is a regex that should delete everything after SSP heading. I will elaborate on this a little bit. Now, max recommendations is self-explanatory, and minimum threshold is also basically this is the minimum level of similarity that is required for a post to be considered similar. Now, what we do is we just go into the directory, and firstly we remove the heading. The, we remove the heading and everything after it. Then we put the heading again. So, just one as an example, we go here. Firstly we remove everything after the heading, then we put the heading again, so it would look like this. Okay, wait. Yeah. Now we need to get a list of posts similar to this post. For this, we run this command. Now, for the post, let's assume this post. Okay, dash capital R stands for recursive, so it will also look in subdirectories. And dash h, it stands, it basically hides the reference file. So for example, here we search for files similar to this 5 tech trends post, but we get that same post as a response as well. So dash h will remove that. This returns a list of files like this, and these are in in descending order of similarity as well. After that, what we do is we need to firstly extract the title of the post. The reason we need this is to populate the link title here. So for that I'm using YQ, which is like JQ but for YAML. This is the front matter and it has the title of the post, right? Okay, Now obviously this will differ per static site generator. This works well for Hugo. Then we just add that similar post into the file. So this is a markdown list item. We put the title, and we have to use something called relref, which is a Hugo shortcode that basically makes it a bit easier to link to other posts. Now this is very specific to Hugo, so is the title, but I'll show you how one of these looks like. So yeah, firstly we delete everything, then we add the similar posts. Then what we do is, uh, let's say for the first post, we get the title. Yes, we put this in the head, in the thing, in the link description. Then we add a link with a relref to the markdown file. So that is basically it for the script. After you run the script, you just have to run Hugo build, and it should work nicely. Now, coming to limitations. Firstly, of course, is that this specific example works only for Hugo, but it's, the main work is done by FindLike, so it should not be that difficult to adapt it. The main two things are, as I said, to extract the title and to link to the post in a reliable way. More limitations are that currently you cannot replace a markdown heading that is not the last heading. Now this is not that difficult to implement. You can do this with a markdown parser, but what I'm talking about here is, let's say I want to have my post here, similar post, and then I want to have like some other heading here. And this will not work because my regex deletes everything after similar posts. You could do this. I just left it out for the sake of simplicity. It's not. You can do this with a markdown parser. That's fine. Now, the second thing is that the way I've designed this to work is with a flat directory structure like this. It may work with other directory structures. You may have to, do double star, which recursively searches everything. But it's not tested yet, and it may or may not work. I think this kind of directory structure is needed for some of Hugo's new features. Now, also, uh, in post, I do not have any categories yet. But if I have some category 1, and then I have some post under that, then I have category 2 and some post under that, under that, sorry. Then, this is not tested extensively, and this may or may not work with it. Also, the last one is also trivial, but basically, okay, yeah, this one. If a post does not have any posts that are similar to it, the heading is still outputted. This is not that difficult to uh, fix. You just have to check if there are any similar posts and then remove the heading if they're not, or not insert the heading in the first place. So yeah, that was the video. On the repo, everything is linked. The video is linked. FindLike is linked. The demo is linked. I'll just link the repo in the description. And yeah, bye.